Yeah, today I just needed a little bit of extra time, but I have something special for you today. Hello, Willow. I was going through some old books. I had a very big round birthday this Sunday, and so in honor of it being my birthday weekend, or birthday week, even though I've celebrated more than once already. Yes, hello, Willow. Hi. Even though I've celebrated more than once already, I want to celebrate with you today too. So I want to read you some poems, some really beautiful poems that I this book I've had since I was a child. I remember reading it as a child and not understanding it. And I've read it periodically over the years since then. But I was reading it again yesterday, and you know, a lot of them just hit me. A lot of them just hit me in a certain way. But before I read these really, really beautiful poems, I want to read you a couple of beautiful poems that I wrote when I was 8. This is the very first poem book I ever had. Look, poems. And what's weird is it says it's made in Taiwan, and my brother lives in Taiwan now. Weird, right? Another one of those like do coincidences, which I have so many coincidence stories that would literally blow your mind. I'm going to start sharing them. But I just want to read you poems from, I spelled my own name wrong, poems from an 8-year-old's mind. Okay, so I wrote this when I was 8. And okay, I specifically remember wanting to sit down and express my love for my mother and my father without using the word love. I remember sitting down to do this when I was 8. So I wrote, Dad, the one who protects you from everything, the one you can depend on, and the one who keeps his love within his heart. The end. Mom, the one who bears the sweetest name, and I spelt it sweetest name, and add luster to the same, I will always remember my dear mother. The end. But I find this pretty poignant, okay? I'm 8, and the next poem I wrote was freedom. Freedom is like a bird flying in the sky, and that's what I think freedom should be, being able to go where you want and when you want. The end. The next one I wrote was called People. People are nice, people are tall, people are small, people are many shapes and sizes with all kinds of different hearts. So what I'm trying to say is that never judge a person from the outside, judge them by the heart. The end. And this is the last one I'll read from this book. I wrote, I wish I could talk to the animals like Mother of Nature does. It would be like talking many different languages, which would be fun, but there's still only one who can talk to the animals, which is Mother Nature. The end. Not everyone knows this, but I've written poems since I was 11. I thought since I was 11, and then I found that book from when I was 8. But the very first poem I remember writing when I was 11 was very short and sweet, and it goes like this. Life is written but never read. Love is thought but never said. Death is feared but not to dread. That's the first poem I wrote when I was 11. What was that little 11-year-old girl up to and thinking? Let me know if you want me to share more of my poems. I have tons of them, and more than 5 years ago now, I even self-published a little poem book. It was called A Decade of Love Poems, and I published 10 love poems that I wrote over 10 years. Anyway, I'll talk more about that later. This is the book I really want to get to, because these words, okay, this book is called I Care About Your Happiness, Quotations from the Love Letters of Khalil Gibran and Mary Haskell. And I just post-it noted a few of them because there's some really beautiful stuff in here. So, some of them are a bit longer, some of them are a bit shorter. A man can be free without being great, but no man can be great without being free. You have helped me in my work and in myself, and I have helped you in your work and in yourself, and I am grateful to heaven for this you and me. People are always longing for someone to help them realize their best selves, to understand their hidden self, to believe in them and demand their best. When we can do this for people, we ought not to withhold it. We ought not to just be an ear to them. To think about oneself is terrifying, but it is the only honest thing, to think about myself as I am, my ugly features, my beautiful features, and wonder at them. What other solid beginning can I have? What to make progress from except myself? I realized that all the trouble I ever had about you came from some smallness or fear in myself. Right? Let me know if you're loving these, because the energy of these words is what the love frequency is all about. Whether that's self-love or romantic love. And this kind of love is what I call soul level love. And that's what we do in my 6-week program. This is beautiful. Find out the best in a person and tell him about it. We all need that. I have grown up on praise, and it has made me humble. It will always make a person long to deserve the praise. And any real consciousness is aware of something much greater than itself. Praise means understanding. We are all fine and great fundamentally. Overestimation of one another is impossible. Learn to see the greatness and the loveliness in one another, and to tell one another of it when we see it. Okay, here's where it gets like, woo. Maybe I'll save these for last. Hold on. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. This is a quote I remember writing into my ballet teacher's card when she got married. So this quote, when I was maybe 11, I, already understood. But the other ones, maybe not so much. So this one I remember reading being the first one that really struck a chord, and I never forgot it. So this is it. No human relation gives one possession in another. Every two souls are absolutely different. In friendship or in love, the two side by side raise hands to find what one cannot reach alone. His love is as restful as nature itself. He has no standard for you to conform to, no choice about you, but is simply with your reality, just as nature is. You are real, so is he. The two realities love each other. Voila. Okay. The deepest thing, that recognition, that knowledge, that sense of kinship began the first time I saw you, and it is the same now, only 1,000 times deeper and tenderer. I shall love you to eternity. I loved you long before we met in this flesh. I knew that when I first saw you. It was destiny. We are together like this, and nothing can shake us apart. 1922. This one's shorter. Each and every one of us, dear Mary, must have a resting place somewhere. The resting place of my soul is a beautiful grove where my knowledge of you lives. 1908. And this really beautifully illustrates what needs to happen for two people to fall in love. When two people meet, they ought to be like two water lilies opening side by side, each showing its golden heart, not closed up tight and reflecting the pond, the trees, and the sky. And there is so much of the closed heart. When I come to you, we talk for 4 or 6 hours. If I'm going to take 6 hours of your time, I ought to unfold for you and to be sure that it is myself that I give. Isn't that beautiful? I want you to think of that imagery of a flower, a rose blooming, a water lily opening, okay? This, and like I'm wearing a heart t-shirt today for a reason, this is what has to happen. Both people have to be brave enough to bare their heart and their soul to the other person. The problem is most of us do this too quickly to the wrong person. So it's about learning who to open up your heart to. And the best tip I can give you right now is to do it much more slowly than you think. But I found that poem so poignant to me, especially because there is a meditation I made of exactly with that imagery of your heart blooming like a rose, and with every petal you reveal, with every petal that has to soften in order to open, you peel away these false layers of yourself. So this meditation was called From Self to Soul. It's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel, the same name of this group, the Love Frequency Collective, if you want to go take a listen to it. But yeah, I'm going to leave you with that imagery today, okay? Because most people have their hearts closed up like Fort Knox. And my magic sauce is being able to get you to open up those barriers, right? Let go of those barriers that are blocking you think that you think are keeping you safe, but are actually blocking love as well. And that could be from you loving yourself more, or from finding your true love, or from attracting your truly loving chosen family soul tribe, or from aligning yourself with a job career that you truly love and it fulfills you from the inside out. Love is not just romantic love. Like I think I alluded to that. Fall in love with everything. There are two kinds of people on this planet. Those that think everything is a miracle and those that think nothing is. I'd like to think that anyone in this group is of the miracle sort. So that's it for today. Happy Friday. And I'll be back again for you next week. Thanks for watching, and may you continue to find that peace that is internally derived wherever in the world that you are. Ciao for now.